Welcome to Business News. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to tackling the deep-rooted challenges hindering Nigeria's economic progress. This was stated by Vice President Kashim Shettima when he represented President Bola Tinubu at the 30th anniversary and summit of the Nigeria Economic Summit Group, where here key players gathered to share insights and strategies for a sustainable future. Uloma Oyemachi reports.
30 years on, Africa's think tank, the Nigeria Economic Summit Group, is reflecting on its significant achievements while calling for decisive action to ensure a sustainable future for the nation. Key players in the economic sector acknowledge the pressing challenges facing the nation, including income inequality, insecurity and over-dependence on oil. They emphasize the need for resilience and a comprehensive approach to revitalizing the economy.
Government must prioritize institutional reforms, especially the reduction of the cost of governance, for instance, by implementing the Orosaye report, and also accelerating the privatization and commercialization of many underperforming national assets.
President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's administration has sustained its foreign exchange reforms, eliminating the hitherto multiple rates, even as the Central Bank of Nigeria regularly fine-tunes its guideline to enhance monetary stability.
Massive increases in oil prices brought massive increases in wealth. Yet Nigeria's fiscal deficit shot up to between 7 and 10% of GDP.
Meanwhile, President Tinubu appealed to Nigerians and assured them that the Renewed Hope agenda is designed with the best interest of Nigerians in mind.
We empathize with what the poor and the young are going through in the Nigerian nation. But we had no option, as he rightly said. Yes, some of these decisions are unpopular, but the truth that sets men free, as H.S. Aga said, is most often the truth that men prepare not to hear. But what he said were very poignant and were very, very truthful.
A panel discussion took center stage, led by NESG board member Lanre Akimbo. The panelists focused on NESG's successes over the years, highlighting selfless service as the cornerstone of the group's mission. The summit will continue until October 16th. With insightful contributions from policymakers, industry leaders and stakeholders, the day's conversation concludes, reinforcing the need for urgency for collaborative action towards sustainable growth for Nigeria's economy. Uloma Oyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
Still in the nation's capital, the federal government says it will partner with the private sector and address the country's economic challenges. Or during the discussion, that's the panel session of the 30th edition of the Nigeria Economic Summit in Abuja, it was emphasized that now more than ever, the government must collaborate with the private sector to effectively drive its policies. Helen Osamide Akins reports.
The 30th Nigerian Economic Summit is a gathering of regional and global leaders from government, business, civil society, social sector and academia. The summit focuses on examining the current state of the regional and global economy with a strong emphasis on the need for collective action to tackle urgent challenges. The summit began with various sessions that centers on addressing Nigeria's economic issues. The first one is what? The conference theme, Collaborative Action for Growth, Collectiveness and Stability, underscores the importance of cooperation between the government and the private sector in tackling the country's economic difficulties.
No one person can do it alone. Right? We need collaboration between the private sector, the public sector, between development sector and the for-profit, between local companies and foreign companies. Some of the events we've set up are the events that will allow for us to really think about how different actors can collaborate together to lead to reform, to lead to prosperity, to lead to growth, and to lead to overall social stability for the country.
We want to see more collaboration and coordination. We want to see you engaging more with us as private sector so you can take our issues into account in your policy formulation. And then, most importantly, we want to see clinical execution. So don't just write nice policies, pass the laws, and nobody implements, including how do you build capacity for the civil service to.
This session focused on enhancing Nigerians' food security. Participants highlighted the root causes of food insecurity, its impact and strategies to overcome these challenges. Beyond the discussions and presentations at the summit, participants are hopeful that their recommendations will be implemented in addressing Nigerians' economic challenges. Over the next 3 days, various sessions will focus on ideas and recommendations aimed at helping Nigeria address its economic challenges and transform the country's situation into one of prosperity. Helen Osamide Kings, TVC News, Abuja.
And the Legon State government has inducted over 700 pupils from both primary and secondary schools across the state into the Young Farmers Club. The Young Farmers Club is an initiative of the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and it is aimed at encouraging students to adopt modern farming techniques and contribute to Nigeria's food security.
The idea around this is to get our young children interested in agriculture and food systems and to showcase the many ways and means by which they can get into it. As the state government, under the leadership of Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, we are building smart systems, smart farms in certain schools across the state. We do it annually, and we have the students also come here to showcase some knowledge that they have amassed in the last 1 year since the smart farms have been built in their schools. So it is an all-encompassing activity for us to encourage our young ones, get them farms within their schools, they learn, and then we get here, as part of our World Food Day activities, and they showcase the knowledge that they have gathered over the years.